Please don't blink. Okay, he's dead. He's not. That was too bad considering he had 100% more life though, and he's like a tier 2 upgrade as well.
Chaos will bring you to your end.
Shit. Okay, we good?
You win some.
We good, man.
Wild and wicked, this beast yearns for your blood.
Classic. Not again.
You win some.
Hello, welcome to the new build guide. So today we got a Melee Chronomancer. This is the ascendancy that hasn't been played a lot, and especially as a melee. So the whole idea behind the build is we are focusing on the Hammer of the Gods with the bleed component. So the way that we do it, we just buff with the war cries, we drop a hammer. As you can see, we got like a free reset on a hammer because of the class ascendancy. Then you can reset, and guess what, you can drop another hammer. Usually don't need to, like one is more usually enough to kill pretty much everything up to T15, so you don't have to worry about that. I have to warn you though, out of all the skills in a game, every single mace skill is so damn slow. Like, forget what you played before, this is gonna be the slowest build you have ever played, at least the way that it starts though. It's a bit clunky, but it is a melee build, and it's a life build, and it's an armor build. So all in all, like I don't think this build can get in a worse state than it is. So just expect buffs from now on. That's all I can say for it. But the build can clear everything. Anyhow, let's get back to the build. So I'm gonna go quickly through the skills. By the way, all of this will be on Mobalytics. The link will be down below in the description. So if you have to, like, if you want a written guide, it will be all there. Alright, for the skills, let's start with the main component of the build. Also, preface, this build doesn't come online until very late. Like, we are talking about the Hammer of the Gods, which is rank 13 skill, which means that it starts at level 52. So before 52, you will have to play pretty much all the other stuff. Like, mainly we're gonna be using the perfect strike for our single target until we reach Hammer of the Gods. But this is when the build becomes operational. So first things first, we are going with the Hammer of the Gods. As you can see, this is a pretty big cooldown on this one. Actually, it's not that bad. Overall, I think mine is now to like 17 seconds. So it's, and considering that we can reset it, and there's a chance that it doesn't even proc the cooldown when we hit. You also have the option of adding like another cooldown, right? It will like increase the cooldown overall, but you will get like to drop 2 hammers, even though like I don't think it's needed for the build itself. As you can see, since I am playing the solo self-found, finding like sockets, considering that I'm level 88, I do have like around like 80-90 magic find. I hit it for like a long time, and even with the biome stuff in my atlas, like as you can see, like my atlas is completely it's completely like filled out. I did kill the bosses as well, but yeah, pretty much it's close to impossible to get these damn things when you're playing solo self-found. So that is the main reason why I'm not pushing too high, because like my sockets are kind of limiting right now. But yeah, the way that you want to do it is basically a Fist of War. This one every 6 seconds is gonna buff the Hammer of the Gods, which is gonna increase its damage and the area of effect, so larger hammer. As you can see, the first one is gonna be, you see the size of that one, you see how like slightly less size. We'll get into the skill tree, you get like quite a bit of like area coverage with this build, so that ain't the problem. So that's our main skill. We are obviously focusing on bleeds, so lacerate is the primary one. Then we are adding a deep cuts to like amplify the magnitude of the bleeds that we are doing. Double physical here, heft and heavy swings is gonna come later. As I said, like all of this will be in a guide, so I don't want to like spend too much time on the skills themselves. Herald of Fire is like our main aura. Stuff goes boom, not really much about it. It is like we are proccing the fire stuff, and overkilling is it's basically our clear right now. So clarity, vitality, and I have Fire Master here just like increase the level. But pretty much you want to add like as many supports. I don't really have that much spirit because I have like no spirit on my gear. So these are like vitality, clarity. You would want to put pretty much all the life on kill and herbalism stuff on here once you get enough spirit. For our clear skill, we are using a Stampede with magnified effect, aftershock, and martial tempo. Later on, we will add close combat as well. So this is, by the way, if you want to, before it gets nerfed, there is a cool combo that you can use pretty much where you like skip Herald of Ash and you put Herald of Ice along with the ring that I forgot the name on, but it's gonna be here on the screen. Yeah, that ring. So Leap Slam is a very interesting skill. It's basically our mobility skill. It's also giving us like pretty decent regen, and it's also great for like clearing like small ads and also like building a stun. As you can see here, I have Overpower, Holy Descent, and Momentum. These are the three that I'm currently running like at the beginning. This is the two that you want to do, so like a Holy Descent and Momentum. Then Overpower. Overpower is great, as I said, like very early leveling. You can use that one. It will pretty much like make enemies primed for stun. Then you can use like something like Bone Shatter. That's how I leveled. It was pretty fast actually to level up with that combo. It does take a significant chunk of mana because we do lose quite a bit of it through the tree. Because stacking strength is very rough right now. Jagged Ground, this one is just like a filler over here. Like these are the three main ones. Now Ancestral Totem, this one is used just for breaking armor and to amplify the bleeds with Rupture. So this is just helping us to basically aggravate the bleeds, which makes them like 100% stronger. Infernal Cry. So this skill is basically your main buffing ability when it comes to damage. You never want to do either a Stampede, even the Leap Slam. You never want to do an attack skill before you have the Infernal Cry ready. Like that one, basically through the tree you will see it amplifies the damage by quite a bit. The skills that we are running on it is premeditation, so empowered skills do more damage. Raging Cry, so we get rage. Later on we would add in Raging Cry as well, so like it would give you, it will consume range to give you even more buffs. But you need to run like life tap, because this skill costs like infinite amount of mana if you're leveling it up. So as you can see here, it's costing like what? Like 185 mana and like one leap and Infernal Cry, and I'm literally gonna be out of mana. So that's why like this one needs to be put on a life tab. You can like you don't need to level it. Like leveling only increases War Cry speed if you don't want to like use a life tab. But pretty much like it is just like a huge quality of life, right? You see how fast it is. Sunder is our ranged skill. You can play the way that we plan to play with this one is gonna be like a long range skill, so it's gonna have tremors. I'm gonna put like a long shot later on. We can't use a super critical because resolute techniques. And since with the resolute techniques we are capping our hit, we can't really crit. So that one right now is. It's very good, like the skill itself is super strong. As I said, you don't need to use Hourglass. I just had like that's tons of damage, but it gives a cooldown. I don't like to spam it because even with like my all this like attack speed and skill cooldown speed that I stacked, it's still taking like forever to cast, and I really hate that. The skill speed, attack speed in this build are very important because for some reason they decided that they want to make maces like start attack yesterday to finish attack tomorrow, right? So yeah, it is that bad. So I'm hopefully in the future we're gonna get some kind of like buffs, because warrior definitely needs one. So time snap, this is our ascendancy node, basically this is our cooldown. What we got on it is ingenuity, we can lower its cooldown as well, and unbreakable, so you don't get stunned while you're trying to cast it. Stun lock is not that big of a problem for us. Since we are like a health stacker, plus like we got some stun threshold on the tree itself, but obviously like having more is always fine. And just like to be faster, arcane tempo. That's about it. So yeah, that is it for the skills. Oh yeah, we have, I think I forgot to just mention Time of Need. This is our second aura, so basically Herald of Ash and Time of Need. Time of Need, fast forward, basically gives you a heal and a cleanse. It's pretty decent. I have precision on it, I don't really need it right now because as I said I'm using resolute techniques, but if you can drop a resolute technique, great. Reason why we are running resolute technique, even though like our hammer can't miss, this, as you can see, it says can be evaded. Every other skill can, right? So if I would remove, I would be at like 90%, I think, right now, chance to hit, which is like, I want every single hit to like be a hit, right? Especially like with something like a Stampede, you don't want to like ever miss with that one. So yeah, let's move on from that one to the actual gear. As I said, I am playing solo self-found, so my gear is less than optimal. I would say it's actually horrible. Yeah, like this mace, for example, like the damage is absolutely horrible. The only good thing about this mace is it has like +4 to all melee skills. It helps a lot, especially like with hammer skills incredibly well with like more levels. And since it's not like it doesn't really matter the cost that much right now, at least, because we only cast it once, right? Overall, like once you get it to like super high levels, like 30 plus, it gets like absurd mana costs. That is one more thing that needs to be addressed, because like why does warrior need like infinite freaking mana to cast like actual attack skills? Makes no sense. But yeah, enough rant about that. Let's move on. So your ideal mace, huge physical damage as much as you can get. Like mine has like very low rolls, right? You want this one to be at least the flat physical ones, you want them to be at least T6 to be like anywhere near good. As you can see, I only have 2, and like my third one is like accurate. It's very bad. As I said, like getting the weapon is very difficult on this class, especially because we are running a Giant's Blood. Remember, Giant's Blood increases the cost of your weapon, two-handed weapon in one hand, by like 3. So this is one we need like 370 just to run this mace alone. So attribute requirement, this one is pretty much mandatory. You can run like the vertex, which will help you a lot with having enough strength to like equip weapons. I'm running Trill Steel. This is the best helmet in the game that kind of fixes warrior. So it's like with this helmet we are like one quarter of like a monk's speed when it comes to melee stuff. It's pretty cool. It doesn't have no stats, but onslaught is absolutely amazing, as onslaught itself gives us like 20 increased skill speed and 10% movement speed. I am gonna showcase in a bit how like different it is when you play with all that skill speed. So as you can see, like this is my Stampede right now, right? With like a leap slam as well. I drop 2 leap slams in there, and that is with all the skill speed. I am gonna remove all my skill speed right now and attack speed that we got, and you're gonna see the big difference when I said like this build is slow. Like in general, just main skills are very slow. Alright, so I'm removing just I'm gonna remove only the main ones, so the big ones. I don't even have enough gold to like do it anymore. So 10% attack speed here. We removed like 6% skill speed over here. I don't think we have that much left. Actually, we don't have any more of that on the tree right now. And we're gonna remove the Trill Steel. You saw the difference then, watch it now. This is the same skills that we are using, right? The only thing is like we removed the... Look how slow it takes. Like it's wind up time on everything on warrior feels rough. Like that's why like running breaches with this build is definitely not ideal. After the armor explosion nerf, they are very difficult to deal with unless you're running the Herald of Ice plus the ring. Simply because you just get stuck. Like Stampede is your main clearing skill. It wouldn't be as bad if you could actually like rush through the mobs, but since you literally get stuck on every object, every mob that is in your way, so what will end up, you will just like it will be like this. You run into a pack of mobs and you just like stand in a spot and just get like mauled to death. It's really it's very annoying. I'm not sure why they nerfed the armor break, because like Herald of Ice is like doing 10 times better and it's like much easier to proc. But hey, it's a GGG, man. What can we do? So yeah, Trill Steel basically, for me it's mandatory. Like as I said, you can run it with enough, if you get like enough skill speed. Oh yeah, anointment on your amulet would always be like acceleration, nothing else, which is like one more thing that is gonna speed up the build. But yeah, I would highly recommend that you run with that one. For the weapon, as I said, attack speed is huge. Reduce level attribute requirement and plus level to melee skills, especially for the like later on. If you have like a very good mace and you get like +5 to skills as well on with a high end damage, like you won't ever need anything but like one hammer on literally every single boss. They will all die within like one hammer, man. So that is it for, so I said, like flat physical as much as you can on the prefixes. Suffixes, reduced attribute requirement, 35 is the best one. Always aim for that. 6 to all skills, obviously like 4 to 6, as long as you get that one. But attack speed is the second one, I would say, after the attribute requirement. Is attack speed is huge. Alright, for the gloves, here we have the options like for another, wherever you have an option for attack speed, I suggest to go for that, right? So attack speed on the gloves, strength, we need pretty much strength on every single piece of gear. You will never have enough strength. Strength gives you life, strength gives you like ability to wield even better weapons later on. But yeah, just generally you imagine that every piece like has to come with a strength. That's it. Like follow that rule, and the life as well. Like as much life as you can, as much strength as you can. Every single piece of gear. That is primary. Obviously having like high amount of like mana, flat mana is very good for like multiple of reasons. Main one is as well like not only because like skills cost like a ton, but mana recovery itself is very tied to like the actual running with the higher the mana pool, you get like a much more out of like mana regen than you would get just like stacking like mana regen in itself, right? So getting like 140 mana, stuff like that, would increase your mana regen quite a bit. Right, for the rings is our main resists. Oh yeah, like for the gloves as well, pretty much every other gear. Try to get gloves is different since we can't really run double resist if we want like attack speed and strength. Obviously it's fine if you don't like have one of those. I would suggest like if you have to like ditch one stat, I would rather like remove strength than remove resist, than remove attack speed on this one. So double resist or one strength, one resist, attack speed. Life, huge physical roll to attacks is great. Mana is also great. Rarity where you can get it, also good. So here. For the rings, as I said, like this is your primary way of getting your resists. As you can see, mine is actually pretty horrible. The only good stat here is like chaos resist, elemental resist, and some dex, so I can like run multiple like dexterity gems, but everything else is like pretty much useless. So this one is very bad. The other one, not so much. Like this one is very good rolled. At least when it comes to like the suffixes, strength, double resists. It has a rarity roll, pretty good rarity roll as well on a prefix, and all resist. That's it. Like you want to cap your chaos through the rings mostly. So you have like since we are using a trail steel which doesn't give you anything, right? This is the one you want to have like the rings to like fix the chaos and like most of your resists to be like through that one. Belt as well, like mine has triple res, mainly because as I said, like I put a trail steel now, like my resistances are all out of like whack. Anyway, you want resists on that one. Same goes like with life. You would like to have like double resist plus strength. Charms are kinda okay. I don't know. I feel like it's good to have them, but at the same time like they're bad, right? Having like one for frozen or like stun is great. Having one for like rarity, cool I guess, but overall like belt is way too important for the build itself to have like good major stats. Like I would rather have strength on this one rather than anything else, and double resistance. For the boots as well, movement speed, huge life. As you can see, like mine are mega terrible. This is the only one good ones I could gamble. So max attack speed, max life, mana is also great, armor is good, and double resist plus huge strength rolls. As I said, like strength. Yeah, I'm missing here strength. I'm missing like bunch of strength here, right? That's why I'm like struggling with like equipping the actually good weapons as well. For my amulet, this one, you want to aim for Astramentis, which is like very expensive, very rare amulet, but that would be like the absolute best in slot. Just for the stats alone, it would give you like a huge amount and survivability. For the other ones, you want some rarity on right now, since rarity is very important, especially for SSF. You want to have that one. So maximum life, rarity, resists of any kind, but primary thing you want is like damage recouped as life. That one is probably like your best roll. Plus 2 skills is also not bad one to get. But yeah, overall it is just for like life, damage recoup as I said, and you can have like a percentage life. Anything like life related is like a god tier for this build. Your chest piece, ideally you want to have like a huge armor roll on this one, because it's the only piece you can get like significant increase in armor, right? So that one, huge life. I wouldn't worry too much about resists. Later on you want to change to like pinnacle boss chests with like double sockets and just have like bunch of life in it. So I wouldn't like focus too much on resists here. Like strength is good, resists are like also super good, but mainly you want like huge life roll and armor roll. Stun threshold is also not bad. As I said, like Trill Steel, this is a unique helmet, so it's a level 27 Spired the Great Helm. It took me forever to get this one in SSF. It's very cheap to buy it on trade, so if you're playing on the trade league, it's much easier to get. And for the shield itself, shield, block chance, most important thing. Block is the best defense in the entire game, like by far. You want to have like as much block chance as you can. I have only 46, and trust me, even with 46, it's absolutely incredible right now. You can get it much higher than this. As I said, I'm playing with what I got, so right now mine only has a decent armor. It has like a not a that good block chance. I think it's only like, let me see, block chance is only T2 roll, so huge strength and a physical damage reduction. Now this is a very good stat to have. Ideally you want to have like plus to like maximum resists on your shield, because it's the only piece that can actually roll it. But yeah, ideally huge strength, huge life, huge block, additional physical damage reduction. That's it. As I said, like you want to like set your resists through the rings, mainly through the belt and like maybe boots. Those are the pieces that can be very flexible. I wouldn't worry about like putting your main resists on your shield, because ideally once you get enough gear, you would want to have a swap and have a double two-handed for your Hammer of the Gods to drop, right? That is and both of those would need to have like a it would be ideally something like this, right? Level 2 melee skills. You can get like plus 12 on your second, so like once you get the Hammer of the Gods to like level 35, it has like difference between like 5 levels is like more than almost like 2.5 times damage, like at those like high skill levels, like above 30. So that is one thing that you want to like aim for. So 3 weapons basically, like one that you're gonna like use for like clearing everything, and one just to drop a hammer without a shield. Remember, like you're very vulnerable when you like do that, when you try to drop the hammers without a shield, because like block is right now your only like true actual like defense that we have. Because like armor is not that good, but as much as armor is not good, is it's still 3 times at least better than not having armor. Like you will notice the difference. Your best defense is obviously going to be your life pool. Mine is very bad. You can see like Titans can easily run over like 5,000, 6,000 life. Reaching this as a Chronomancer is definitely going to be a challenge. And now for the skill tree. Alright, let's start with the Ascendancy. So the first points in Ascendancy, you want to go for the cooldown recovery rate, and now and again. Skills have 33% chance to not consume a cooldown when used. This one is major. As I said, like we have like a lot of like smaller cooldowns, like Shouts are also cooldown, for example. Our Thunder is a cooldown, but it gives us like a tons of damage on it as well. And if this procs, especially on a hammer, you can like double drop hammers and clear a bunch of things. But usually, as I said, like one hammer is enough to kill most of the stuff. Then we grab the Time Snap, which gives us like a full reset whenever we want. And that one is also like can proc this one, so you can have like double reset. It's crazy. Like this one is super good combo. After that, the third ascendancy is gonna be damage to take and recoup as life, and our recoup effects occur over 4 seconds. Once like defense actually gets fixed, right? Our problem is like we get burst down so fast that this recoup is mega good, right? Originally recoup effects, any damage you take that is that is gonna be recovered is recovered over 8 seconds. With this node it's like 4 seconds, which makes our region very insane, and like the amount of damage we recoup as life is quite high. So if you had like a pretty good mitigation, this would be like mega solid, and you wouldn't really ever need to actually heal yourself. Like your region would be insane. But yeah, for now, as like because of the way the defense works and like with the huge huge hits and everything, it's very difficult to like recoup to have its like full potential. But yeah, as your HP increases, this becomes significantly significantly better and better. Now for the skill tree. We are starting as sorceress, so that one is probably like the roughest part, because like we have to use a bunch of skills, like bunch of nodes to just get to the warrior part of the tree. So all of these just go for the strength. We aim through the devoted protector, then we go through the resilient soul to the vindicator. Then we are just rolling down to the warrior part of the tree. Once we get here to the brutal one, we grab the smash one here for more melee damage and more AoE and break armor. Then we go down here to get like more armor on our chest piece, and to relentless. You don't need to worry about taking the block nodes yet. This one comes like a bit later. You want to grab like skill speed as soon as possible though. This is just like quality of life, because as I said, like warrior is very slow. There is gonna be 2 different trees on Mobalytics. You can always go here, which is like a closer one to this node's bloodletting, to get like all the bleed stuff, magnitudes and everything, and you can grab here like less damage from criticals, more strength and stuff like that. And you have like lay siege option here to get damage per block chance. Mine is 46, so 46 more damage. Seems pretty strong. As I said, like on Mobalytics, you will have both skill trees. My skill tree currently is looking like this. So primary thing is to get here like increased aftershock area of effect. This one is basically for whenever we are trampling, when we are stampeding, that we basically have a huge cover area for that, right? We get like bunch of the two-handed damage from these nodes. Probably these nodes is like they reduce your attack speed for whatever reason. Warrior is just let's make him like infinitely more slow though. So every like good node is having like that negative part. Same with here, like we are trying to increase blade magnitudes and stuff like that. We lose like attack speed. And one of the more important ones, Warcries empower an additional attack. So every Warcry you do, Infernal Cry. So on the bosses, what you would do is basically like this. You would drop your totem. My totem is on the second skill bar, by the way. You would drop a totem, armor break, right? You would drop your like first hammer, like whatever. Obviously it needs to be buffed. But whenever you break the armor of the boss, you want to like jump on him to get the stun bar up. So the main important thing is to stun the boss. Once the boss is stunned, you need to do the double shout. You need to do Seismic Cry, you need to do Infernal Cry, then you drop a hammer. And boss is pretty much dead, because like hammer is gonna drop, Seismic Cry is gonna make it to like to copy the attack itself, so it's gonna literally be double hammer. And if you get lucky, you can just like, as you can see, like my cooldown in proc, you can just drop double. It's gonna be 2 hammers that are each gonna like proc itself, so it's gonna be like 4 hits. Trust me, like nothing will survive. As I said, like even with my bad gear and +2 to bosses, most of the bosses die within like 1 hammer combo. And if I had an actually good gear, like they would like instantly melt. And that is pretty much it for the build. If you guys liked it, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. If you have any questions, you can come to my Twitch or drop the comments below. I will try to answer as many as I can. And that is it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Salute and bye!